When I was a child, I used to think the church opposed homosexuality because Judas betrayed Jesus with a kiss, and it went so badly that time. It started out with a kiss. How did it end up like this? It was only a kiss. It was only a kiss. People in big cities be like South Side, East End, Upper West Side, North Beach, Southwest Corner, Left Area, Diagonal Land. In small towns we don't need all this specificity nonsense when giving directions. It's either by the Walmart or it's on the opposite side from the Walmart. For April Fools we are deleting this entire site. Sayonara you bush. In 2020, it's gonna be 420. For an entire month. Hell yeah, motherfucker. It's time. Remember when we were all so f***ing hyped about this? What the F are we supposed to do now? Ferb, I know what we are gonna do today. We are gonna try to bring mom back. Aren't you boys a little young to be state alchemists? Thank you so much for this addition. Man, okay, when I got my wisdom teeth out, it was a f***ing experience. Before the surgery wasn't too interesting, but as soon as I woke up, I saw the nurse next to me and was all like, hey, I think I died and now I'm in a parallel universe and I gotta go back to my house and kill the me from this universe. And he was just kinda like, alright, you do that. And then the other nurse kept going in and out of the room to get things, and I thought there was like 5 of her that kept coming out of the room. And then so, when she was wheeling me out in a wheelchair, I was like, damn, why are there so many of you? There's like 5 many of you. And she was just kinda like, alright, you do that. Anyway, I got to the car and my dad was there and he was like, how ya feeling son? In the dadliest way possible. And I was like, man, I'm pumped. Let's get some juice. I'm stuffed. So we drove about 3 blocks to a Jamba Juice, whereupon I say, I'm good, I can do this, and run/drunk stumble 30 feet to the door. I burst in the door like a Viking, returning from some f***ing battle, and a hola, what's up F to everyone in the store, which was thankfully just the 2 people behind the counter, who looked probably as scared confused as a Jamba Juice employee could look. So anyway, as my dad explained the situation, I looked up at the Jamba Juice menu and was utterly f***ing lost in it. Like, I swear, I was looking at this menu board for a year, deciphering this Rosetta Stone of fruits. I distinctly remember that I was looking at each item in a smoothie, thinking of how it tasted, then moving on to the next thing, and thinking of how that tasted, and how they would taste together. Since most smoothies had 3 or 4 items, this took some thinking. So my dad sees me in this extreme brain blast state of mind, and says, hey, are you going to order, or what? Keep in mind, I'm on the first f***ing smoothie on the list here. So I just say, shush man, I'm trying to do fruit science. And then, when I realized that this process could take literal years, I just said, yeah, give me a smooth regular, which for the uninitiated, isn't actually a real thing on any menu. Oh, also I asked them if the boosted smoothies would give me superpowers, and then pointed my fingers at them and made lightning noises. So my dad just orders me the first thing on the menu, and I go to sit down and stare out the window or some and my thoroughly amused dad just looks at me and says, how ya feelin'? Now at this time, I was feeling a lot of things, but most noticeable to me was the gauze in my mouth. So I just look at him and say, there's these f***ing tiny sheep in my head, which at the time was the best way I had to convey this feeling. Anyway, about that time, the Jamba Juice guy brings us our drinks and he gives me a small thing of Mario Kart stickers, and I swear, I almost cried from that tsunami of emotion that gift made me feel. I still have them. Anyway, the rest of the story is we drove home, and I explained this programming project I was working on to my dad in perfect detail somehow, and then I came home and went on Facebook and posted a comment on my friend's status because I couldn't find the status update bar that read, I just took a lot of painkillers and yelled at everyone in a Jamba Juice. This may be the funniest thing I have ever read. There are actual tears coming out of my face. A series of events 1. I put in an annual leave request form almost 3 weeks ago, and my boss has not approved it yet. 2. I went into my office today and replaced every single writing utensil with crayons in preparation for April Fool's Day on Monday. 3. Whilst searching for pens to remove, I found my unsigned annual leave form in my boss's drawer. 4. I placed my unsigned annual leave form in a photo frame and put it on his desk. 5. The frame I used was from a photo of his kids that I deemed less important than my leave form. 6. My boss sometimes goes into the office on Saturdays to work. 7. Going to sign your fucking leave form in crayon. Where are my children? Can you put brownie mix in a waffle iron? I'm the future. Does it taste good? It tastes like heaven mixed with the laughter of Tom Hiddleston and angel's tears. This is definitely not a new topic, but the only people I pity in this WFH situation are artists whose spouse, family, roommates now spend their whole day at home, and they walk into the artist's room while they're drawing emotional stuff and making hideous faces. OP, did you make that face while drawing this? We don't talk about that. Today at work I let someone into a dressing room and they said thanks, and half of me tried to say you're welcome and the other half tried to say no problem, and I ended up saying your problem. Reposting my all-time favorite green text. Playing soccer in gym. Ball is up in the air. Think I'm gonna be awesome and air kick it into the goal. Try. Miss ball. Kick goalie in the face. Try to ask are you okay and I'm fking sorry at the same time. Instead end up yelling, are you fking sorry? Goalie is choking back tears. This post had me in tears. When you are in a threesome with your homie and his girl and he starts spreading your cheeks. Peter, stop, it's me. I wish there was someone I could show this to in real life without permanently damaging our relationship. You have to sit on some soft grass or a mattress in the sun sometimes to give your shadow a soft place to rest. She's always on that pavement, cement, floorboards. It's not good for her. I want everyone to know I was on lethal amounts of Benadryl when I made this post. Okay, but you were right. Woman in a Victorian novel develops a fever from worrying too much. Me, shivering and sweating with stress-induced anxiety. What the f, that's so unrealistic, lol. Boy awakes from coma, addicted to cheese and swearing. He was screaming f, bastard, sh, and eating a whole wheel of cheese. If this ain't me on Sundays. Today's bird. This Taiwan blue magpie. I'm sorry, I just love how you're pointing at him, and he's looking at you, like he wants to fight. Watching Trump slowly figure out what the presidency actually entails is a lot like what I imagine Gilderoy Lockhart looked like when the Hogwarts teachers called his bluff and sent him into the Chamber of Secrets. I can't stop laughing at how true this post is. Okay, but when are we gonna get to sacrifice him to fight a giant snake so that everyone else who is competent can sort out the issues without him bumbling it up again? Also, does this mean our next president can be the equivalent of Lupin? That the Netherlands provides free heroin to addicts 3 times a day, along with clinics in which to do the drug. It's a good and clever scheme. First, the clinic provides good clean needles, so no risk of cross-infection. Second, with the addicts going to the clinic, that takes money away from the local drug dealers. Why pay someone when you can get it for free? Third, the drugs are clean, not cut with anything that may be dangerous to the addict's health. Fourth, they have medical staff on hand to help the patient in the event of an overdose. Most odds are survivable, provided they get medical attention in time. Fifth, they are offered counseling services and recovery programs to help them get clean. You'd be surprised at the number of addicts who are just taking the drugs to not feel the pain of withdrawal and remain addicts simply because they have no access to decent programs to help them get clean. It has been proven to be effective and drug addiction in the Netherlands is at an all-time low. If more countries treated drug addiction as a disease to be treated, rather than a problem to be demonized, there could be some real progress made. I was never gay. I said it to build up fuel for April's Fool's Day. Got you guys. Where the hoes at? Okay, one person is allowed to do an April Fool's prank, and that's it. Okay, I'm gay again. Oh, there's been a development. Hey guys, I'm straight. I love two men. People who've had children. More work goblins for my crystal mining company. Naughty children get sent to the mines. Good children also get sent to the mines. Where do adults get sent to? Oh baby, the mines. My car's odometer just hit 42,000 miles, so you know what that means. I have one chance. 42069. Nice, 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 nice. Things that are kind of anime, but not really. Most of Overwatch, Warframe, The Last Airbender, Altered Carbon, Animal Crossing. Lit. Hot boys for Bernie. I don't know what about this is funniest. The census sticker? The hashtag? Or Lil Nas X shooting his shot in the comments? Isn't this the dude who got his account on Twitter suspended for pretending to be the CIA and saying, just because we killed MLK doesn't mean we can't miss him? Yup. Jabalki Young White. He's a comedian who's currently a correspondent on The Daily Show. He also got banned on Twitter for pretending to be that gun lady who sh herself or something, and then pretending to be the official Cats account and saying the movie will be updated to give them realistically accurate barbed PP. Jabalki is braver than any US Marine. This king also recently got unverified for pretending to be CNN, saying Biden wasn't actually dead, he was just getting good PP. Cockatoo film tearing down anti-bad spikes at shopping center. The trail of destruction is magnificent, impressed Facebook user says. Direct action. Vandalism doesn't change the system, it just slows it down and costs money. And no costing money won't change things either. It just goes on the national debt. Are you talking to the cockatoo? Little girls who go around after it rains and pick up the worms off the sidewalk and throw them back in the dirt are the cornerstone of our society, and we should all strive to have that level of compassion for each other and for the natural world. This was written by a grateful worm. Aren't we all grateful worms in one way or another? My favorite mental illness is the one that makes people create extremely elaborate Wojak illustrations. Ding ding. When you drive your Chevy to the levee, but the levee is dry, and you see the good old boys drinking whiskey and rye, guess this'll be the day that I die. I take immense psychic damage from the United States election cycle. It's designed that way. I'm not even from your country. It's designed that way. I have no relevant skills. I'm unpleasant to work with. I like to cause problems. Hired. Everyone interviewing for a management position. Starts typing on bottom of shoe. Hacker voice. I'm in. Confused person. Looking at snow prints. Who the F strapped fking keyboards to their shoes? Police detective examines footprints leading away from the crime. Why did we ever anger the machines? He asks himself sorrowfully.